All right, in this video, we'll look at the opposites section in LISA. This area is designed to give you multiple ways to present opposite concepts while keeping instructional decisions and pacing in your control. Remember, LISA organizes stimuli and presents it in a variety of ways so that you can decide how to teach. Unlike other sections, opposites includes multiple presentation formats. These formats use the same core targets but change how the learner interacts with stimuli. The format you choose changes the presentation style, not the concept being taught. To get to opposites, you go through receptive or expressive, just like with everything else, but when you click on opposites, this is the screen that you're going to see. Let's look at relational opposites first. Relational opposites uses a reference stimulus and asks the learner to select based on the relationship shown. So LISA controls, based on the opposite pairings selected, what you see and what pairings are put in the field. Essentially, if you pick, in this case, closed and open, it is going to set up the field to make sure that there is a same stimulus in your top view and in your bottom view, an opposite stimulus, and a different stimulus. When teaching, in this case, open and closed, you will use the rotate button to change the cards on the bottom of the screen. So your reference stimulus is going to say the same, but you can rotate your cards on the bottom of the screen. When you're ready to switch to the next target pairing, you'll click Next in the top right of the screen, and it will trade out for, in this case, big and little. And then it puts sad in there as our different. Behaves the same way, click rotate, that's going to change your bottom cards, but will always be in relation to the reference card on top. Now we can look at same, opposite, and different. This section presents cards in pairs for relationship-based discrimination among selected targets. So this is going to give you 3 cards in the field. When you rotate, it will rotate those 3 cards, keeping your same pair, your opposite pair, and your different pair on the same card. Just like in your relational opposites, you can click Next to switch out for a different pair, and you can rotate through your different targets this way. Then we added in the simple receptive opposites section. This is going to be a more traditional view where you have your opposite pairings, still same stimuli as the other sections, but it's going to be based on just a traditional, touch the opposite of open, and they would touch the closed box, for example. This is going to be very traditional in the way that it works as well. You rotate your field. That replace stimulus option in the top right corner still exists on the cards, and you can rotate through those that way. Another key point that I want to show you with this is that we did separate the opposite pairs into abstract or non-identical pairs and identical pairs. Identical pairs you may use for earlier learners. These are going to be where you're trying to really just hone in on the true difference of those pictures. So I should have stopped there. Right now I'm looking for the big lion just to show you an example. We'll stop there. So you've got your daytime image and your nighttime image. The only thing that's different in these images is the sun versus the moon and the darker versus the lighter sky. Likewise, we have the stoplight and the go light. Same image, same presentation. It's just going to be that opposite pairing that the learner should be keying in on. Then we have abstract or non-identical opposite pairings. These are going to be ones that have less formal similarity involved. So like you have your boy and your girl opposite pair in this view right now. And then we have our daytime and our nighttime. Very different images, one of a park, one of a cityscape. We may find, as we scroll through the images, that you saw the dirty car earlier. Here's the clean car. So there's our dirty car. It does randomize where I should have stopped there. It does randomize where the pictures are based on what's in the field. So now we have our fast and our slow in the field. So you can see how those pairings are more abstract. This will be an easier view to see those images in. So you can see learning that big and little are different, but not necessarily being able to see the size comparison, but just to know that an elephant is big and a mouse is small. Or happy and sad. A boy playing with toys with a smile on his face is happy versus a boy who with a hurt knee is sad. So that is how the images are generated, how those different toggles work to help you choose images based on your learner's preference. This was designed this way to give you full control over how the learner best learns, but while using all of the same images, all of the same stimulus to teach same, opposite, different, to teach those relationships based on size. And then just remember that during sessions, Lissa always manages the presentation and variation so you can focus on that instruction and interaction with the learner. Lissa ensures that the images are shown always based on the opposite pairs selected. And then you control, rotating through those targets, making sure that, you're working on the targets that the learner is working on right now. So that's an overview of the opposites section. I'll show you really quickly just the expressive view. It's going to look the same. It's just going to be all of the opposite pairings with just that one image so that you can show that image and say, what's the opposite of this or what's the opposite of sad, and have them just expressively identify what those are while looking at that image. And then again, you can kind of adjust how you teach that, getting your learner to give you that expressive language that you're looking for. So I hope that helps for the opposite section. Feel free to explore. If you have questions, please reach out to the support email, and hopefully that helps you in teaching opposites to your learners.